And I'm going to invite Dr. Tannis Morgan, Associate Dean of the Office of Applied Research and Graduate Studies, to give a staff and faculty perspective on how giving enhances student learning at JIBC.
Good evening, everybody, and it's a great pleasure to be up here, and I thank Tracy wholeheartedly for the invitation. One of the things that, in my role that I see at the JI is we care quite a bit about student access, and certainly we've heard the stories from the students today about what access actually means financially. And certainly when, in my role, when we're thinking about access, we think about it in terms of course delivery and program delivery, and I think the JI tries really hard to make sure that our programs and courses are accessible. And the foundation has been a real important fixture in moving that along at the JI. A few years ago, the foundation funded a mobile learning initiative. The money that was provided basically allowed us to kickstart a mobile learning program at the JI, which resulted in the purchase of classroom sets of iPads, which get loaned out quite regularly. We were able to develop some apps, that some of which were the first of their kind in Canada for first responders, and as well a number of different innovations that were really focused on improving access to students who, for the most part, in their professions or their professions that they're going into, aren't really sort of chained at the desk kind of professions. So mobile made a lot of sense for us, and really without the foundation support, we really couldn't have even gotten started. And I'm proud to say that within the higher education sector today, we are a recognized leader in mobile learning. So I think that's really with many great thanks to you. Similarly, we also, as you know, we do a lot of scenario-based and simulation-based training here, and for a long time that was done in a very much of a face-to-face environment. But of course this creates some stress on learners who reside outside of the Lower Mainland, and for whom it's very difficult to leave their families and their jobs to come down here to train and do exercises. The foundation has funded quite significantly the development of Praxis, a web-based simulation training tool, which I'm proud to say we're in the process of commercializing through some Western diversification funding, but also through the foundation funding as well. And that's been a real important success story for the JI in terms of innovating around trying to create greater access for students. More recently, we've been focusing a bit more on how we can reduce costs for students. And one of the ways that we are tackling right now, actually through Steve's Law Enforcement Studies diploma, is around looking at textbook costs. And as we heard today, we've heard from students today that $1,000, $1,500 makes a huge difference in the life of a student. In the LESD program, over the course of 2 years, textbook costs would range between $1,000 and $1,500. Our goal, and we're halfway through this goal, is to make that program completely open textbook, which would mean that the textbooks provided are openly licensed. They can be used by anybody and repurposed by anybody, and they are provided to students at zero cost. So that's something that we're quite proud of in terms of what a program, an initiative that will have a direct impact on students, and certainly in a significant way. So thank you.